Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2021 golf season. This is episode 1 of SAPI TV for season 2. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Steve Wood. I'm the Director of Golf Operations here at the club. So for our new members, welcome. For our returning members, welcome back. We are going to get further into some of the protocols and things like that in our next episode. Today is we're answering the big question, kind of that everybody has in their head as far as when we're going to open. Obviously, with the weather the way it's been very, very warm. We had a great winter. So join me and just listen to the conversation I'm going to have with Darren here in the next segment.
You know, personally, I really feel that, you know, if we don't have the warmer temperatures for the grass to come out of dormancy and actually, you know, start growing to help with the health of the turf, you know, by allowing people on some of the greens, we could be doing more damage than good.
Well, I think especially the overnight lows. When the overnight lows are still getting under zero, it's really kind of setting you back a little bit too, right?
It is. And I think right now, keeping the tarps on as long as we can to generate that heat so they can start growing and filling in a little bit more. And, you know, like we've talked about, you know, the importance of the quality of the course this year and the conditions. We want to make sure that they're great going into the season and continuing through the season.
Yeah, exactly. I think with the feedback that we got last year on the course conditions, our priority this year is going to be all course conditions and making sure that the greens are in great shape, fairways are good. Obviously, I know you've got some great ideas with regards to your seating and what it's going to look like. We've got, of course, the increased budget, which is going to be nice too, right? So,
and you have taken peeks at the greens, and you feel that they're.
Yeah, do you know what? And that's the thing. Like in December when we had all that rain and melt and ice form, you know, we cleaned off a lot of greens, and it was honestly very stressful over the winter. But after pulling some of the tarps off this week, you know what? I'm just amazed of how well they came out. So really looking forward to you know, improving upon them, and it's great to see.
That's a huge positive, but I'm sure, I mean, one concern to you would be that we jump the gun, we pull off the tarps right now with ground still frozen, and then we're going to do further damage to them by...
Right. As soon as you pull the tarps off and you leave them exposed, they're going to go back and regress a little bit, right? So.
Oh, definitely it will, and you know, to the point that we cannot get our irrigation system going either, because, you know, the other day poking some rods into the ground, we're lucky to get down just over a foot before hitting the frost. So we need a few more warm days to really get things going so we can get the irrigation going, so we can give them the proper watering, nutrients, so on and so forth.
Even a couple of rain days might not be bad, right?
Would be great.
Where we get a good, decent warm rain.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just in such a weird position right now. Like, it's not even April yet, and we feel the pressure. We want to get the members out there, but are we kind of feeling like we want to do that but preserve the quality of our greens by not taking tarps off yet?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. I think that obviously we feel the pressure because everyone's asking when we're going to open. We want to accommodate and get people out there as soon as we can, because that's kind of what we you know, based on who we serve, right? We serve at the members' behest, but I ultimately I want to make sure the golf course is in good shape. So when we make that decision, you know, we may start off with no greens, right? Where just do temporaries and kind of get people out so they can go whack it around, and not do any damage, because the fairway turf obviously is hardier than that of greens and tees.
There's a lot more space,
right? For sure.
So that can recover a little bit easier for sure. But it would be nice to get everybody out. I think the last time that we actually were this early was in 2012. And Mother Nature actually wasn't kind, and we didn't.
I remember that year. We ended up closing down again for.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, it's different. That's for sure. It feels like we want to golf. We see the sun out. We see the grass, but you know, the ground is still.
And trust me, we know you're all very excited to get out there. We get it. We're as excited to have you here as you are as excited to be here, I think. So we're going to do our best to get you out there as soon as we can. But I think it's in our best interest to really keep the greens close to start off with, for sure.
And there are other factors too, like where are you guys at with your staffing? I know this is so strange. Normally, I mean, a lot of our staff, I think from all departments, are students.
Yeah.
That's, you know, and, you know, we were fortunate this week coming up, we got spring break. So
Yeah.
we do have some of the kids coming in helping out, but yeah, it's, you know, we're going to be behind the 8 ball with staffing.
You know what, I think it's a good point. I mean, keep in mind, like our regular projected opening time is around the 24th of April. And that's sort of what we budget on and bank on. So the fact that we're even having this discussion now, and it's actually 1 month ahead. It's the 25th of March, and we're sitting there contemplating, can we open for, you know, April 2nd or whatever the date is. But you know, obviously having that at spring break is going to be beneficial. But after spring break, we kind of go backwards a little bit. So, but you know, keep in mind, so it'll be for the first couple of weeks where we're not normally open anyways, or used to being open.
So I guess we're still at the mercy of Mother Nature.
Yeah, you know what, you know, it's great that we're seeing days of highs of 18s coming up, but we're not actually seeing that temperature get to 18 till about 4 o'clock.
Well, I'll believe that one when I see it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's very, you know, Mother Nature, you know, she likes to play a lot of tricks on us. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it goes day by day and kind of plan from there.
Yeah.
So at this point in time, we can't determine necessarily, we're not going to put a date out there.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a little irresponsible to put a date out there and say, hey, we're going to open. I think ultimately what's going to happen is it's probably going to be about a 2 or 3 day advance notice, just because, you know, I mean, as you said, I mean, based on what the weather looks like or could be, it isn't necessarily what it always is too. So.
Agreed.
So I think, you know, as far as from our members' standpoint, we'll let you know 2 or 3 days ahead of time as far as when we're going to open, but we're not going to give you a date this second. I know you want one. But
we are talking like potentially in the next week to 10 days, not in 3 weeks from now, right?
Yeah, I mean, the hope would be, like I said, that we can get people out there, even if they just get out so they can go walk and hit the ball around. We will probably be on temporary greens to start off with, because again, keep in mind, 3.5 weeks ahead of when we would normally even consider this. So other private and semi-private golf courses, they're talking 3rd week of April right now. So you know, so 2nd or 3rd week. So we're right in the ballpark.
And we do still have those temporary pins and cups out on the fairways for people to hit up to, so we can put the flags in and kind of get them going that route too.
So you know, and we'll be starting off, you know, just as it gets to some of the safety protocols. Keep in mind, there'll be no bunker rakes, there'll be no bar washers, and the flag sticks will stay in again. So
and this year it's the seed and sand jugs as well.
You can't have seed and sand jugs. Although we started that way last year too, we didn't have them either. So it'll be a similar start to last year in that respect. So
great. Well, I'm glad that we could have this conversation, and I'm sure that the members will be excited to hear more from us soon.
Yep.
If you can see, I am smiling underneath.
Me too.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to your emails as we've got further updates regarding the public health order restrictions and protocols that St. Bottom's will be adhering to for opening day. See you soon!